right, here, I'm with Betsy Kelly at Interlachen. We're going to talk about the warm-up. So this is part of the lab. When you go to the range, how do you want to be efficient with your time? I love having people start with pitch shots and being athletic. So seeing some targets, just like we would throw a ball at a target.
Yep.
This is going to be the same idea. We're going to change our range from about 20 yards all the way up to about 80. And I want you to generally have some variance of height when you're inside of 50. You could hit a little higher or lower, be creative, because those shots you will need on the golf course.
Yep.
From 50 to 80, pretty much stock shots, same height. So we get the launch monitor out here and we'll take a look at some of those. But as you do this, I want you to switch and make it as kind of what we call ecologically valid as possible, which means switch targets a lot. So maybe you aim at a ball over there, a target or a flag. Just use your eyes and tune your eyes into it.
Would you say like every couple, just switch it up?
I would literally say every single shot, so unless, let's say you're way off on one, it's okay to do another shot or two, you know? It's great. So if we're looking at this, and this is one thing I'd look at, is you're not gonna have perfect looking drivets. You know, some people want them all in a perfect strip. That's not necessarily the goal here. We're trying to get loose. We're trying to look at the height we're hitting it, the low point in front of the ball.
I'm gonna go a little farther.
All right, so we got her warmed up. Now let's do a little low point work, which I think is really important for the average player to make sure that they're getting divots in front of the ball. So good rules of thumb would be you want your low point on a wedge to be 3 to 4 inches. Some tour pros might be 4 or 5. But we're gonna put them in a line. You know this drill well, Betsy.
I love this drill.
And the great thing about this drill is you get great feedback. The superintendent hates this drill because you tear up a little more turf, but we're looking at where is the bottom of the divot. I want to see it right about here to here, right? 3 to 4 inches is typically what we're looking for.
Yep.
And then we add a feedback component, like let's say you have a divot that starts back behind here, then you have to earn it with a divot that's more forward.
I think people will be really shocked how much they hit behind the ball. This solves a lot of problems. Like when I first saw Luke and you did this,
it was hard at first, but now it's pretty good, right?
Well, yeah, it is. Hopefully I'm a good example today. So we're gonna take full shots?
Yeah, so these will be full. And
even though I've got a little wedge?
Right. There you go. Look at that awesome low point. See this?
So the in front of it.
Bottom of divot's 4.5 inches in front. That's what we're looking for on a good wedge. Good. Maybe half groove thin, but I'd rather have that than chunking it,
that
you know?
was a little thin. I kind of hit that.
Awesome. And do you feel where you're hitting them on the face? Is there anything there, toe or heel?
I think it's right in...
Pretty center?
I think it's pretty center.
Cool.
I've definitely had a tendency of being toe heavy. But...
So that'd be another thing as you're doing this drill. Basically be aware of, are you hitting the toe or the heel? Do we need to adjust, right?
Yep.
And that would be doing opposites there.
So that was a good one. But you guys can see all of these. Now I will say guys are typically a little further naturally. Sure. Like I could still be further in front. Yeah.
We have a chart basically like, let's say you hit your driver, you know, 150 yards, your low point should be more like 2 or 3.
Like this is probably 1. I think I could get it a couple more.
I think you're good. So I'm looking at bottom of divot here. This is pretty much 3 to 4, and you can see the variance. There's not a whole lot of variance, right?
So that's not bad.
It's really good. And what you'll see with a lot of players is the low point might be here, then here, and then behind. And this is basically a record of how good you are at just striking the golf ball. And low point obviously makes it easy to hit the ball out of a bad lie. Like if I give you, you know, kind of a crummy lie where it's kind of bare and tight, like out of the sand. Yeah, I mean, if you get something like that and you have a good low point, you're going to be fine.
Yep.
And, you know, the bigger discussion about this is like you could solve this different ways. You could go into thinking about your body and getting lower and rotating. And I love to do that work. I call that workshop work.
Yeah.
I would not do that on the range. I would not think as much about your external or internal cues. Here's where you want to just be an athlete and solve the problem of low point.
Yeah, I think this is, again, a really good visual. This has really helped me out. But this is, mostly this will cure almost anything.
It's going to cure all your contact.
Yeah, pitch shots, but even your full iron shots.
And let's say you're struggling. Let me do a demo. Like, let's say somebody's really struggling to get that low point forward. You could literally just make a little line in the ground with the butt of your club or an alignment rod and just practice divots up here. and try to get them forward. And if you're really having trouble, get them way up there. So exaggerate it really hard. Where I was asking for a mile, hoping for an inch. Yep, so that's basically working on low point. It's the heart of the lab, which is this, what we call low point drill. So really should make sure you add it. And the way you should do it would be do with some sand wedges and some 7-irons, and then adjust based on where that divot is, trying to get it more forward or occasionally a little more back.
So, okay, we start with wedges, we switch up the targets,
Mm-hmm.
low point drill.
Do a little low point drill. And now we're gonna work on calibration, which is where we're gonna do a little bit of block practice, trying to solve path, face, and contact, and a little bit of low point as we do that. And we're gonna use our alignment rod just to make sure we're set up right, because it does help for especially performance level golf to be set up the same way.
Cool.
All right, everybody, Luke here with Betsy Kelly. We're gonna talk about the lab and when we go to the range after we warm up. We did some pitch shots. Now we're gonna talk about impact opposites. And the first thing we do is what we call orientation, which is just being aware of this golf club and what it is as a tool, and to be able to do opposites. And the simple reason this is so important, because so many people come to the range. I work with some incredible athletes that have no idea what's going on. They hit it off the heel or the toe and they have no idea. People that are like super smart, they're like running hedge funds that are billion-dollar hedge funds, and they hit a mile right every time. They don't know how to control their club face, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming them, I'm just saying golf is really hard.
Yeah.
And so what we have to do is kind of orient ourselves on path, face, and contact.
Cool.
So we're gonna hit some 8-irons, but the first thing I'm gonna have you do is try to hit one off the toe. And we're gonna go heel, we're gonna go thin, then we're gonna go fat. We're gonna go right, then we're gonna go left.
You know I'm bad at this.
This is gonna be a good challenge for you.
I always try to hit it in the center. Okay, yeah.
So if you're good at hitting toe and heel, center's easier, right? You get the idea.
And the concept here is being able to control your club
Yes.
face. Like knowing where your club face is, right?
And it's actually,
I'm not good at this, but we'll try.
It's actually one of those things where even if you're pretty darn good at hitting the middle, you should practice it. So, all right, let's try it.
Okay, we practice shanking the ball.
Yes, so the first one I want you to do is toe shot, okay?
Is it okay with like all this? Really?
I trust you, I don't know.
And I'm not supposed to hit it good.
Yeah, doesn't need to be good, just hit the toe. That was toey. And can I for the camera like show everybody, I mean, what do we have for general bias pattern? You tend
I am a little toe heavy.
You are.
Yeah.
And this one you could see the green stain right there, right?
Yeah, so these are kind of dirty.
So it's really important to build that awareness. Now you can build that awareness using impact spray, you know, like Dr. Scholl's foot spray, or you could put impact tape on there. I love to do this demo because it's really good. Go ahead and hold on to the club and put it up in front of you.
Like this?
Okay, yep. Now you can feel this with your eyes open, like where I'm hitting it, and you can feel the rotation, right? That's the torque we're feeling. A lot of people just don't feel this, but that's the toe, that's the heel. Do you feel the difference?
Oh yeah.
Now close your eyes. Can you tell from here?
Toe.
Yep.
Toe.
And you'll be surprised
Feel.
how few people can feel this, but that's what's going on when we're hitting shots, and we have to tune our feel.
I've never done that.
It's just torque on the shaft, right?
Yeah.
So you hit one off the toe, great. Now we can go ahead and hit one off the heel.
Yeah, super scary. You should move that.
I'll move the $20,000 launch monitor.
Yeah, please do. I don't want to get too crazy there.
I think you healed it. What do you think?
I tried.
Yeah, I think it was good. Parallax will tell us the truth.
It wasn't in the center, I'll tell you that.
Okay, so we got our toe and our heel.
Okay.
And usually what I'll have people do would be 2 of each, toe and heel, because it's the most important part.
Yeah,
okay?
let's try toe again.
We did a study on this, and this was the one people are really struggling to figure out.
That was close. Yeah.
Was it a little center?
That was close to center.
And it was slightly chunky, wasn't it? The tiniest bit chunky. Okay.
I'm like.
So are we going to try it again? Was it good enough or no?
I'll try toe.
Okay. All right. One more toe shot.
See, I just tried to pull across it to get the toe.
All right. So now, let's say you're struggling with this. I'm going to give people the way to fix it. Okay.
I'm gonna go up here.
Yeah, sounds a good line. Let me do a demo for you. So let's say you're struggling to hit the toe, then I would want you to do a drill like this. Set it here, go full speed, and miss. And I always say, is that hard? That is not that hard, is it?
No.
Almost anybody can do this. So I've kind of proven the theory, yeah, I can hit the toe. So go ahead and do that drill and show us how you're gonna miss, and you're gonna hit it off the toe here. There you go. Again, is that hard?
No.
So use that feel.
Yep.
And commit to hitting a terrible shot right off the toe.
All right, let's do this.
Got it. That was really toey, right?
That was it. That was toey.
So that's the whole phrase. Ask for a mile, hope for an inch.
Yep.
Train fast. You can do it. All right. One more heel.
Should I don't want to try and...
Yeah, so I would actually love you to do that practice swing. So you set it here and then miss out here.
That's
Completely
gonna be,
miss.
Like, more difficult,
It's going to be weird. This one kind of freaks people out.
That one freaked me out.
But you need it.
Okay.
All right, so now slight heel. And if you shank it, that's fine. I think you're really good at the heel shot, aren't you?
Okay, we're good. I got that heel shot.
So you got
down.
it. So toe heel. That's like orientation of your club face awareness, right?
Yep.
Now we're going to do a little bit thin and then a little bit fat. Okay, so half groove thin. That was awesome. Now, let's say somebody was struggling to do that. One thing they could do would be to swing above the ball, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of doing opposites on the practice swing. All right, so now,
swing above it?
Yeah, so that'll be the drill if you're struggling to figure that out. You got it. Okay, cool. Now let's go a little bit chunky, okay? Like slightly chunky.
Without staying back too far?
Yeah, just try to feel like a little bit deeper divot, you know? A little bit more chunk under it. There you go. Good.
Oh, I got this game down.
Yeah,
like
that one's pretty easy, right? Okay, so you got the toe, the heel, the thin, the fat. Now we're going to talk about the other elements. So that's contact or impact location.
Okay.
Now we have face angle and we have path. So
these are the two most important.
These are the most important, especially for more advanced players, because beginner, they need to hit solid.
That's true.
Better player needs to control the face. So what we're going to do is not change anything about our setup, but I want this ball to end up to the right. Okay, it's like if I stand right here, you got to make it go here, and you're going to be an athlete. Right. Yeah,
okay.
and I want you to do it with your face, not your path.
No.
Right? So some people do this with a path.
Face.
Right.
I was thinking path. So
I want you to do it with
with the face.
Yeah, I want you to leave the face open.
Okay.
You know how we have this ability to close it and flip it? Don't flip it. Make it go right. Make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. And I'm going to give you like a really good high-level player tip here.
Okay.
Think of how often you'll see good players like struggle with a little bias and they're missing a little right for a day or two. You ever have like a big tournament and you're like, the ball's going right or left? Okay. Yeah. Now, if you practice with this orientation mode of being able to be like, I know I can miss right and I know I can miss left, you'll be able to solve it super fast. Because it's not always like you need to go ahead and like bow your wrist to shut the face.
Yeah.
There's a range of good players right here to right here. You're going to see a lot of good players. About 90% are within a slight 5-10 degree range here. And then the rest is this release. And we have to use the tool as a club.
So that one, I just tried to hold it off a little bit more. Is that what you're saying?
That's fine.
You would do?
And that's why what I would say is I want you to self-organize around the goal. I'm not telling you how to do it. I just want you to do it. You find your way. That's the best way. That make sense?
That makes sense.
Versus giving you the exact blueprint because it's not your blueprint, right? All right, so now we're going to do the same thing, but make it go left. Yeah.
That's the early release.
Yep.
And can I strengthen my grip?
I don't care for this test. Yeah. You can find different ways to do it. Now, could you do the same thing with your same grip? Of course you could. So what we're training here is supination, which is the release of the club. It's your left hand doing this or your right hand doing this, and you could just understand how the face.
Release it early.
So it's super important skill, and once you get your fundamental golf swing in a good spot where your mechanics index is okay, and like your swing's pretty good, so much of it is controlling the face.
Yep.
And doing opposites. And one thing I do that I didn't do with my players a long time ago, and I do a lot now, is I'll have good players purposely miss right or left, so they know how to control the face.
So this is actually a good point. I've been on multiple holes where you're like, you want to eliminate left. I know how to eliminate left.
Yeah.
I'm like, left is a double.
Yeah. So, and you can feel the difference,
and I'm
right?
like, I can see, even if I miss the fairway on the right. So that's super important.
You develop tools. You should be able to step up and be like, I can fix stuff fast.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. It's not perfect, it's learn fast, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're doing great here. The last part of it would be your path.
Path.
So like, can you hit a big draw on a big a big fade whenever you want to, right?
Without changing my stance.
Without changing your stance. Okay. This is where it gets pretty athletic and hard, right?
This is like, this will cure so many things for people.
Yes. Now,
it's so much path.
Now, when we began with this kind of demo of orientation, is we did it really off the ground, like actual divots, right? Yeah. But for anybody at home doing this, I want them to do face work and path work on a tee, so that we take the variable of contact out of it. So when we're doing the chunk and the thin, off the ground is good.
So all this.
But this is really good. You're under a 5 handicap. My rule of thumb is if you're under 5, you can go off the ground.
Okay.
If you're over a 5 handicap, you should use a tee, because we're trying to learn without the chunk all over the place. You know what I mean? So now you got to show me a big draw, and you got to stand with your stock shot or stock stance and feel like you're going inside out.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to practice a little.
Yeah, no, it's good. Cue it up.
But you want me to start it that way?
I do. I mean,
I double cross that.
We don't know exactly about the path. We know the face is closed, right?
Yeah, I think my path was good, but so that's a good cue for people. So my path might have been fine, but I just did that early release, which
closed it down. Yep.
I closed it down. So. There we go.
Yeah, you got it.
See that
awesome.
Nice little draw?
Awesome. And I'm not looking for perfect shots. I'm looking for prove the concept, right?
Yeah.
So, and you're doing this now with a fairly square stance, which is hard. This is kind of an advanced player drill. Ultimately, what we would let most people do is you can do it by changing your stance. But let's do a fade with a square stance too. This is very athletic and challenging.
But this is like my go-to shot.
Yeah, so this should be easier for you.
The draw was actually harder for me.
Yeah, you got it. So we're really doing something that I actually don't advise on the golf course, but we're changing our arm action to change the plane, right?
Yeah.
This is pretty athletic, and again, I wouldn't recommend this on the golf course, but it's a good calibration tool to understand how the path works.
Just understand what you're doing.
Understand.
Because these are all the cues that we need to fix things.
Yeah, it's all about fixing. So, all right, so this is great. We got our calibration done. Cool. Now we can go ahead and do a little bit of block work with some different clubs, and then we're gonna use these tools while we do it, okay?